Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts back once again, another reaction for you guys. Today I'm continuing watching Invincible. This is Season 1, Episode 3 of Invincible. Who you calling ugly? Seeing that title, I'm like, okay, kind of odd. I wonder if someone's actually going to say that. Like, they're actually going to pose that question to somebody. Who you calling ugly? I'm not really sure, but interesting title nonetheless. But what really matters is the content of the show, not so much the titles. Which the titles are interesting, but regardless, I've really enjoyed this show so far. It's only been 2 episodes, but still, it's been so fun to watch it. I'm like, introduced to this new world. We're introduced to, of course, Mark, the main character, his father, Omni-Man. You think he's a great guy. He's not. We get to introduce to this Guardians of the Globe, a Justice League-esque team. They get slaughtered in the first episode. The second episode introduced the Teen Team with these new cast of characters and how Invincible is now kind of in the mix with them now. It's pretty interesting. And then expanding the world more with this like agency, and they're investigating the death. There's this like Damien Darkblood, I think that's the character, who's also investigating a demon, and it's whenever he shows up, it's always cold in the room. I noticed that. Someone had pointed that out. I'm like, I think I noticed that. And also the fact that we got this alien race that popped up 3 different times throughout the episode, and at the end, Omni-Man goes through the portal the last time they come through, and each time they come back, they have like advanced tech because time goes way faster on their planet. Omni-Man basically obliterates the planet. Kills all of them. And then the news breaks at the very end, indicating the Guardians are dead. So I'm curious what this episode is going to do here, because now the world knows. Because within episode 2, everyone who had kind of brought up the Guardians a little bit were saying, yeah, they're MIA, they're predisposed, there's no real word, they're kind of keeping it under wraps. But now the world has to know. There's no way you can really hide it. Maybe announcing it to the world will bring people forward who may know the information, which unfortunately only one person knows the information. And they helped him basically be brought back to life after they found him, and they thought, oh, he's just one of the victims in this whole slaughter. No, he wasn't. He was causing the slaughter. So I'm excited to get into this episode. I'm liking what they're doing with the world building and introducing us to new characters and new things. So I'm curious to see what this episode is going to do in terms of world building and basically expanding on this world, because I'm really intrigued. And I want to read the comics, but I'm afraid if I start reading the comics, I'm going to get ahead of the show, and I'm going to know shit that I kind of want to react to and kind of see what happens unfolds on the show. So I'm at a dilemma. I really am. Anyways, here we go. Who You Calling Ugly? Episode 3. Let's go. Other heroes? He's naming them.
They were my mentors, my comrades.
Really?
My friends.
Can we see that?
That could have been my mom, putting my dad in one of those holes, or me. If this could happen to the Guardians of the Globe, it means that none of us are.
Another great way to go to Invincible.
I already told Cecil everything I know.
Bullshit.
Let's
watch my great speech about the people I killed.
We just came from your friend's funeral.
Co-workers.
And you're talking about pizza and telling Mark...
Because it doesn't affect them.
17-year-old boy.
They got the house bugged.
And I don't want a broken family. Anything happening? Is Rex around?
Oh, wait a minute. Didn't they tease this last episode, maybe?
Are you kidding me, Kate? I can't believe this.
Oh my god. They teased us in the last episode.
It's the crowning achievement of any Crusader's career.
Wow, a lot of heroes. Oh! Oh! That's cool. What?
It is my pleasure to introduce the new Guardians of the Globe.
Okay.
Black Samson.
I don't know, you're here. Isn't there a dick size requirement?
I'm sorry.
For what, your tiny dick?
Oh my god.
Strutting
Oh!
Is this okay?
No.
Asked for it.
He did. Oh!
What's going on?
He's cheated on me.
Yep.
With duplicate.
I'm glad you're just getting right to it instead of like doing that typical thing of, I don't want to talk about it.
We don't need this boot camp bullshit. It's us.
Yeah, you do.
The teen team any longer, Rex.
Exactly. I don't know you either, but we need a leader we can look in the eye, not a bunch of ones and zeros.
Oh.
That's actually super offensive. So,
whenever I transform, I get younger. It's part of the curse that gives me my powers. Try having a normal relationship looking like this. The Guys who are interested are either going through puberty or popping up on sex offender registries.
I understand what it's like. Okay, don't know who that is. Are you spying on me?
Yes.
You want to be a superhero,
Yeah.
right?
The room is
Hey,
bugged.
boy, get the pretty gal.
I brought snacks.
Bad timing.
South Dakota?
South Dakota. By the way, that's the state. Okay. Oh, he's destroying it. Lincoln's face. Of course. Just to tell.
You're wearing earthquake bracelets!
Exactly. Oh shit. It's kind of a weird floating around.
In women's studies, I had a minor in African dance. Not enough politics!
Wow. I was about to say, is he actually get hit? Good save. My god, that was far away. Oh! Wait. Okay. About to say, really, the dad just died? So he wanted to die. Oh, wait.
Remember, you're not just a superhero, Mark.
He wants to go talk to her. I doubt she's there, though.
Why did you even agree to hang out if you weren't going to hang out?
I do want to hang out.
He had to go
I just
stop a bad guy.
also, it might not be dead. Huh. Put it on ice. You never know when something like that might come in handy. Yes, sir.
Mmm.
I'll be better. I promise.
Nah. Let him go.
The new Team Rex.
Was she going over there to talk to him? I think, yeah. Damn.
Good for you, Mark.
Who let him out?
I'm the clone. Yes, you are.
I'm the clone.
This way.
Damn. Hard hit. Yeah, running.
We have a benefactor, it seems.
Yeah, what's going on here? Jesus.
Give me an update. You get my team ready for the deep end yet?
Really?
To do. But I feel confident in the progress we've made today.
Mm-hmm.
You need to leave now.
7 dead, 1 alive. Your husband
Mm-hmm.
was hoping you could make that piece fit.
Well, you'll have to ask him.
It's cold. This freaking show, man. Oh my gosh. It's gonna suck when the season ends. They better get a season 2. I don't know if it's been announced yet, but they should announce it. Come on. Okay. A lot of things to talk about. Holy crap. Some really good stuff here. A big, big moment at the end there with Robot. We'll get to that. But let's start with the beginning. We have this memorial, this big gathering to honor the Guardians of the Globe. And who speaks? Omni-Man. Of course he does. Gives a speech. Of course he does. Names them all off in a row, talking about them and what he's faced and that new heroes are going to rise up. I still want to know why he did it, but they're making you wait because I think they released the first 3 episodes together. So now I'm finally caught up with the first 3 episodes they put together out as one, so you can all sit in one sitting and kind of get the full thing. And then after that, it's weekly episodes. So, of course, he gives a speech. Of course. They don't see him as a villain, though. Even though Damien Darkblood at the end there, I think he sees differently. I think people are starting to see differently, I think for a bit. But anyways, they don't see him as a villain, though. At least the whole world, for the most part, doesn't see him as a villain. They just see him as somebody who was also attacked, who survived. Probably one of the most strongest, or the strongest, hero on the planet. So I guess it would have been, the thinking by the majority is that he's too strong to have been killed. But anyways, he wasn't holding back. He really wasn't. Did that whole sequence in the first episode. He definitely was going for killing all of them. And he succeeded. Jesus. So, we have a big public thing, and then they have a private funeral for all of them to be laid to rest. Interestingly enough, Damien Darkblood shows up and questions Omni-Man. Now, the thing is that Omni-Man is going to give the same answer over and over and over. He's showing his anger. It could be seen as anger of what happened. He's already said over and over and over he feels like he's getting cornered, but at the same time, he's getting upset because he thought that the investigation wouldn't go towards him. He had to have thought this out. Like, they may look at me as a possible suspect because I'm planning on walking out of this alive. He barely did, though. So, I mean, come on. Intense stuff there. And then we go into what is essentially a big moment for the show, at least in my opinion, is the fact that Robot, which, that ending, by the way, I'll get to that in a second, but Robot is tasked with basically building a new team, a new Guardians of the Globe. And he is tasked to run this team and to pick, out of all these candidates. Now, what was surprising is Invincible didn't. Now, he said, well, I talked to my dad, and, he wants to train me, and, I'll help out, but I'm not going to join the Guardians. I wish I would have seen that scene, because, I mean, I want to see on Omni-Man's face his father when he tells him, hey, I want to try out for this team to replace the people that I want to be a replacement, a new member, well, a replacement, I guess, but a new member of the team that you slaughtered a couple days ago or a couple weeks, however long ago it was. But regardless, yeah, Dad, I want to do that. I want to see that scene. They didn't show it. He just said, I talked to my dad and he wants to train me alone. I mean, we've seen that he wants to train his son, but I wanted to see where him talking about the fact that he may want to sign up and maybe potentially try out to be a Guardian of the Globe. I would, because then when we see after they all walk out of the room after Robots picked him or whatever, you see Omni-Man look at them and go pathetic or whatever he said. Like, he clearly was not impressed at all. So we had these tryouts. It was really cool to see all these heroes. We saw some heroes in the beginning with the funeral, but we see a lot of these heroes, some of them there, but also others as well, in this kind of tryout, essentially, for Guardians of the Globe. It was really cool to see some of these characters, because it's expanding the world. It's showing off more heroes and stuff. Maybe we'll see them pop up from time to time. Who knows? The ones that didn't make it. But we have a new team. And right before this, a major thing happens, which I brought up in the reaction. I think they teased this in the last episode. It didn't really connect until it's revealed. Rexplode, which I'm just gonna call him Rex. I think his name's Rex, but anyways, Rexplode. He was having an affair with Duplicate behind Eve's back, and it was with multiple duplicates. It wasn't just the one; it was multiple. But I remember in episode 2, when the beeper was going off of the machine Robot built to basically warn us about these aliens from that planet that got obliterated by Omni-Man later, was beeping. He came out, I think, of a shower or whatever, and you hear somebody say something, like, I guess it was Duplicate, but Eve wasn't there, and he was coming out of the shower or something, and then you hear the voice. So I'm like, I think they teased this. They teased that he was actually doing this for a bit. He's been cheating on Eve for a while. So while this is going on, of course, Robot's trying to build this Guardians of the Globe team and tryouts and everything. So it sounds like Eve doesn't want to be on the team. She was selected, but I don't think she wants to be a part of it after what happened. And Rex tried to apologize, and I'm glad that she did not go back to him, because apparently he's done this before. By the way he was talking, it's like, okay, well, this is not going to work. So that's good that she, walked out and left. But it sounds like she's not going to be on the team. But then she shows up to Mark's house after they, fought this seismic guy or whatever, which I'll get to that in a second. And he's making out with Amber, the girl that, he took punches for at school. So that's interesting going direction. But I think Invincible and Eve are going to end up being together. I could be wrong, but that's kind of how I thought, because she shows up at his window. I'm thinking, she left Rex to go over here to talk to Mark. So I feel like she wanted to, I don't know, see if there's any sparks, I guess. We have this great action scene. Well, of course, the training stuff had some great action. I mean, Monster Girl, that was awesome, by the way. I'll get to the seismic. I was going to get to the seismic stuff, but I'm thinking, oh, well, the training stuff. It was cool to see all that, and that one girl who was able to kind of shrink herself and come back up and make that gorilla guy vomit. That was pretty cool. But Monster Girl beating the shit out of Rexplode was awesome. What I like is that they actually revealed that Monster Girl has a curse, and she's actually 24 or something like that years old, and she looks like a teenage kid or even a little kid. Like, I'm not sure how old she is in appearance wise, but she looks definitely way younger than 24. She said, yeah, boys going through puberty, and then, she said, pedophiles, because, like, she looks like a younger kid, but she's actually 24. It's like, that's the only people that interested in me, is boys that are, you're going through puberty or pedophiles online or whatever. So I'm guessing 12, 13, 14 is her appearance. I mean, she definitely looked younger. But every time she uses her monster abilities to become Monster Man or whatever, she, like, de-ages. That's crazy. That is really crazy. Eventually she won't be able to control it anymore if she gets too young to where she can't really control it, I guess. But, so we have that fight scene at Mount Rushmore. Interesting choice. Luckily, everything went fine there for the most part. That seismic, like, that dude killed himself. But he had those cool, like, wristbands or whatever, but they weren't gloves. They're like wrist, like, bands or whatever. Like, he was like, cling, and then sent that with the seismic blast or whatever. It's kind of interesting. Destroying the Mount Rushmore for the most part, but luckily, Lincoln's head was about to fall down on this family, and Invincible saved the day there with that. But overall, the show is getting more and more interesting in terms of the investigation, introducing us to new characters. The thing there at the end, okay. Well, one quick thing before we get to the end with Robot and everything. That big, I don't know what's going on with that. So they have the house bugged, but then the director or whatever, Cecile, or whatever his name is, the long gray-haired guy, he said that when you're a superhero, there's no private life anymore. So maybe the house has always been bugged. I'm not really sure. But, okay, we'll see what happens. I think they might have the house bugged, and they'll hear some information from Omni-Man who says something, and then, yeah, they catch it or something. Says something about what happened in the Guardians. Who knows? Maybe that's how it'll happen. But, so those twins, or, well, the original and the clone, these two big guys, blue guys, in the opening episode were released, in a sense, by somebody. And then the one dies. It's like, don't worry, I'll create another one. Brutally gets killed. Robot set them free. Like, is this because he wants to put the new Guardians of the Globe up against this enemy and to kind of see how they do? That's my thinking at the moment. Maybe he's going evil. Maybe he's... I would think that there'd be a justifiable reason, but I don't know. I don't know what he's doing. But I'll tell you this much. I was surprised it was Robot. I was. Damien Darkblood talking to Mark's mom and everything. I don't know. This show, man, has a lot of things going on at once, and I kind of like it. I like the fact there's a lot of storylines going on, because it keeps you guessing, and it keeps you kind of going back and forth between the different stories and kind of, learning more. Like, you're not just like pushing one narrative, you're pushing multiple per episode, because there's more going on than just one aspect of it. Because I mean, it would be interesting if all the episode basically just focused on just Mark and nothing else. But I like the fact that all these characters, shut up, PS5, all these characters, for the most part, are getting some interesting, story moments, drama moments, action, all that kind of stuff, and we're expanding the world and kind of doing more stuff with the world than just kind of keeping it in one area. We're doing a lot with this within the first 3 episodes, so I'm really intrigued to see where we go from here. So, what did you guys think of episode 3 of Invincible? I'm curious to know your thoughts. Whatever thoughts you have, let me know in the comments below, guys. Talk to you guys soon. Peace out.